Ah, the good old taco. Not just a delicious treat, but also a tasty metaphor for how Wall Street views Trump's waffling on tariffs. You see, the word taco has been flipping around since he first tossed out those tariff ideas like he was throwing nachos at a party. It's a perfect reflection of the broader concern over his economic policy's consistency, or lack thereof. Now let's talk about some delays. The holdup in implementing tariffs seems to be a result of market reactions and the not-so-casual pressure from key economic advisors. Talk about a tug-of-war. It's like Trump is stuck between his hammer-wielding trade policies and the gentle nudge from the economic stability fairies. And speaking of deals, Trump claims that sending letters is just like sealing deals, which raises more eyebrows than a bad meme. Usually, a genuine deal is like a two-for-one pizza offer, right? Both sides agree and get something tasty. But in this case, well, it looks more like he just left the pizza on the porch without a delivery person showing up. But hang on to your sombreros. The delay in the tariff rollout has sparked questions galore about whether the US is serious about these plans at all. This doubt is like a cloud of confusion hovering over international relationships and market reactions, making everyone scratch their heads and mutter, are they really going to follow through, or is it all just smoke and mirrors? Enter Japan, stage left. Their frustration with US tariffs feels like a bad breakup, where one party has too much debt to ignore. With their hefty holdings of US debt, Japan has more leverage than a gymnast on a balance beam, and they're not shy about using it. Meanwhile, Trump's roller coaster ride on tariffs reveals the administration's ongoing strategy, if you can call it that. One moment he's open to negotiations, and the next, he's slapping on deadlines faster than a kid with a temper tantrum. You've got to wonder if he's playing poker or just winging it like a game of charades. With all this uncertainty, international markets are scratching their heads and rethinking their production plans. Some are even considering manufacturing more in the US, which might just lead to a second coming of the Great American Factory. It's like a comeback tour for domestic production, brought to you by Trump's Twitter feed. But wait, there's more. The fallout from these tariff policies has led to a dip in the US dollar's value, which, believe it or not, can make American exports cheaper. It's almost as if they're trying to run a clearance sale. Everything must go. It could just be a sneaky strategy to boost the economy and encourage exports, folks. Now, let's talk about the multiple purposes of these tariffs. They aim to bring manufacturing back home and increase revenue. But there's a twist. These tariffs could also serve as diplomatic leverage, especially with countries like Brazil. It's like a game of chess, but with fast food involved. Legal challenges, anyone? You bet. Experts are predicting that courts might have a field day striking down the president's authority to impose tariffs, as if they're trying to be the ultimate authority on a game of Monopoly. If they succeed, it could send ripples through trade relations, like a stone thrown in a pond. And let's take a moment to chat about the sneaky world of disinformation. It's running wild between Brazil and the US, proving once again that social media can stir the pot of political unrest and complicate international relations faster than you can say, viral meme. Now, the real impact of tariffs on the US economy is becoming as clear as a sunny day. Prices on consumer goods like shoes and apparel are rising, and average Americans are starting to feel that pinch. You might say we're all getting a crash course in the economics of everyday living. As those costs keep climbing, the impact on consumer prices is becoming a hot topic. People are feeling the financial strain, and the public sentiment is shifting faster than a kid dodging chores. Discussions about the price of everyday goods are hotter than a summer barbecue. Now, economists are weighing in, and their verdict might leave you scratching your head. While they argue that tariffs can protect domestic jobs in the short term, they often lead to inefficiencies and higher costs for consumers in the long run. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a leaky faucet, temporary but not ideal. The dynamics of international trade are shifting swiftly, especially as countries like China tweak their export strategies, thanks to those pesky US tariff policies. These changes could lead to more significant long-term implications for global trade relationships than we can shake a stick at. And now we find ourselves at a crossroads. The situation raises the ultimate question. Are the recent changes in trade part of a grand strategy or merely chaotic responses to shifting sands? The consequences will unfold over time, like a soap opera plot twist. Stay tuned. As we wrap up this wild ride, one crucial element stands out: the importance of audience engagement. We want to hear from you. Submit your questions about tariffs or any topics tickling your brain. Let's foster a community around this podcast because there's no such thing as a boring conversation when we're all in it together.